It was really emotional. Like, I was in the gallery and I was not sitting with a Free Ross, you know, cheerleading squad. I was sitting with people who viewed Ross in every conceivable kind of way. There were people in the courtroom that were, you know, rabidly on the side of the prosecution. And then you had people who were the more skeptical journalists, people who, you know, were maintaining a more of an open mind. Then you had the Free Ross crowd, then you had the libertarian crowd, then you had the crypto-anarchist crowd. So we're all sitting there together for 3 hours, and what unfolds is this debate. It was crazy. It was a debate about privacy and encryption and the drug war and drugs and society and whether technology can change policy. And like, I was kind of blown away, to be honest with you. Judge Forrest, I would say, was responding to the issues at play in a way I'd never heard her or anyone on the government side actually acknowledge so far. And of course, we know what their position is. So what they were saying in a way wasn't a surprise. But then on the other side, you had Ross Ulbricht, who no one had heard speak. He says he isn't rude about it. He's very gentlemanly about it. My motives were coming more from a place of privacy and anonymity, building tools for privacy and anonymity. My motive was more coming from a place of combating laws that I did not think were just laws. All right, well, I made this movie because I felt the Silk Road story impacted all these big issues. How does law enforcement deal with, you know, data in the digital age? So it dealt with that. It dealt with the drug war. It dealt with all these issues. And I like telling stories about where mankind is at this point in time. They fascinate me. It's really, in a way, not as much about the technology as it is about the human element. I mean, that's why I made Downloaded about Napster, and that's why I made a movie about what I saw as actually a community of human beings, whether you like them or not, at a very, very important crossroads in American, well, human civilization. The benefit of hindsight is going to neutralize a lot of this. We're going to go, well, guys, turns out it was this, right? I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do the opposite of that. I wanted to make a movie that was dizzying the way I think a lot of people feel in these times, where they're like, I just don't know what the hell's going on. And I like it when people come out of this film, when we showed at festivals, they're like, holy shit, you know? That's what I want them to feel. You know, is that sense of dizzying, lack of resolution, lack of clarity. There's a lot of issues. How do I process them? I did not want to make a piece of journalism that said, here are all the things that went on, and I'm now going to give you my thesis. Thank you very much and good night. You know, the reason that I wanted Keanu to narrate, obviously, you know, he's a close friend and he loves these issues. You know, I love his voice and the fact that he has this performative ability to have emotion without sort of editorializing, which is what I wanted. I didn't want a voice of God. You know, to have the deep web explained by someone whose voice has walked you through mnemonic, walked you through scanner, walked you through the matrix, to whoever that audience is, however small even, that, you know, knew us from Bill and Ted and sort of, you know, these sort of penetrating history and the circuits of time and this notion, the fun of people trying to process where they fit in time, where they fit in history. The big misunderstanding about the internet, I would say the biggest, is that it is anonymous, that the things you do there aren't recorded, you know, forever. You know, that there's this false sense of fluidity, when it's actually really very recorded, very regimented, very segmented, very compartmentalized. So I really wanted to just really put, you know, the facts of what happened over the course of the last year, even though everyone has a different opinion about what they mean, they are the facts of what happened over the course of this past year. And this is a case about Bitcoin and the drug war at the end of the day. And Ross is going to jail for the rest of his life because of his marriage, technologically, of Bitcoin and the drug war.